Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Volen. Welcome to Boston Globe Sports Report. Plus, we're going to bring you bonus content this week from Super Bowl 60 at Radio Row. Our guest right now is, you know him as former Seahawks quarterback, also a New England native, Matt Hasselbeck. I feel like this is the Matt Hasselbeck Super Bowl, Seahawks versus the Patriots. I want to get your thoughts on that in a minute. But first, you're here this week, I think, doing something special. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, today I got the opportunity to go around with actually some doctors from Boston, Mass General, Boston University, raising awareness for a study that we're doing. It's called the Diagnose CTE study. The website is diagnosecte.org. And who's eligible for this study? Anybody 50 years old or older that played college football. And basically, you can't diagnose CTE in someone until after they've passed on. But there are some doctors that think that we could be able to diagnose it while you're still alive and then treat it while you're still alive, which would be groundbreaking. The bigger news to me is that we'll be able to differentiate different forms of dementia head trauma from maybe like Alzheimer's and repetitive hits to the brain, kind of separate the two. And I think it could be just great for the medical community to learn a lot more about things that we don't know enough about right now.
Sure. What's amazing is, for all we do know about CTE, there's so much we don't know, and the levels of CTE. Is there, what brought you to this cause specifically?
So my dad played mostly for the Patriots, but played 9 years in the NFL. And one thing that he decided to do years ago was pledge his brain to science upon his death. Unfortunately, my dad passed away in April of a heart attack, unrelated to this. But when he pledged his brain, I pledged my brain. And then I just was like really struck by how guys like him and some of his old teammates like Mike Haynes or, all the guys he played with, they really just wanted to make the game safer for the future generation. So, my son's a college quarterback right now. I want the game to be safer for him. The game is safer. I mean, the protocols that we have, the rules that we have, how we coach, it is so much better. It's a game that we love. And so I'm happy to be doing this. It's really cool. This Super Bowl, it's my old team against my dad's old team. My daughter Annabelle covers the Seahawks for the Seahawks Collective. Also has been on Foxborough Rush for feels like over a year now with Nesson, and it's just it's really cool because these were two teams that weren't even in the playoffs last year. I mean, the Patriots won 4 games the last 2 years. So I don't know. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely. The 33 wins combined by the Patriots and Seahawks, most ever entering a Super Bowl.
This year.
Yeah,
but last year, the Seahawks weren't a playoff team.
No.
Now, they were a good team, though, I would
9-8.
say. No, they had 10 wins last year, and they were a top 10 defense. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but
I think you're right.
Yeah. But that NFC West is a gauntlet. And so, they were the 1 seed. They very easily, it could have been San Fran. It could have been the Rams. People are kind of like, I don't know, talking down on the Patriots a little bit and the schedule and all this garbage. Listen, if the Patriots had just taken care of business week 1 against the Pete Carroll Raiders, they would have been the 1 seed. It wouldn't have been the Broncos. So, no, I think it's a really good matchup, and it's just a little bit shocking if you think about the teams of who they were last year.
Oh, yeah.
Seahawks are completely different. They, no Geno Smith. Now it's Sam Darnold. They're new on offense with Clint Kubiak. Pretty good matchup, though, I think.
Yeah, so what do you see as 1 or 2 keys to the game on Sunday?
Well, protecting both quarterbacks. I mean, that's like the cliche thing to say, but I will say that if you follow the money, take the Patriots as an example. They spent all their free agent money mostly on the defensive side of the ball, and then they drafted on offense with their high picks. Seattle is doing a similar thing. Their D-line is what it's all about.
Yeah.
They want to get a pass rush with 4. Will they blitz Nick Emanwari, who's their new Cam Chancellor? Will they blitz Devin Witherspoon, their best blitzing corner? Yeah, they will. Mm-hmm. But they don't need to, and it's a change-up for them. They want to get home with 4. If they get home with 4, then they got 7 in the pass. And I think the Seahawks and the Patriots are similar in that regard. Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Harold Landry, like those guys, they can get home with 4. And if they can, it makes it way tougher as a quarterback. That's what we hated going up against.
Yeah, the pressure right up the middle, and I think that's a great point you made. Both teams really stout at defensive tackles. For the Seahawks, Leonard Williams and was it Byron Murphy?
Byron Murphy.
Both led the team with 7 sacks apiece.
And I'll just say Byron Murphy is the most underrated player on the Seahawks. Leonard Williams is probably my favorite player on the Seahawks. He does everything right, everything. But if you look at the numbers, the linebackers for the Seahawks are incredible at TFLs, tackles for loss, tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That can only happen if your 2 D tackles are doing an amazing job. Think Vince Wilfork back in the day. Didn't get credit, but his teammates, when they, close the door and be like, all right, this play worked because of him.
Right.
That's why it worked. And that's what Byron Murphy is for the Seahawks.
All right, Matt. Well, you're a Seahawks quarterback, and you grew up a Patriots fan. So emotionally, how's this one going to tug at your heart on Sunday?
It's kind of crazy. So my middle daughter, Mallory, just graduated from BC. She's playing lacrosse at Stanford, 5th year. Patriots are practicing there all week.
Yeah.
And she's like, her and her teammates are making signs. And, I'm texting with like Vrabel. And, he's like, it's like, so I have these friends and relationships on the Patriots. Yet I think of myself as like all Seahawks all the way. I mean, they flew me here. They took care of my tickets. I'm planning on being at the parade if there is a parade. Like I'm like as torn as you could possibly be. So I don't know. Sports are like ruined for me, man. It's like it's terrible. I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing.
This is the pain and joy of being a fan all at once. Something you maybe didn't experience until after your playing career.
I'll say it's easy for me to root for great quarterback play.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold has had 2 really good years in a row. Doesn't get the credit I think he deserves. He's a much better athlete than people realize. And I don't know, besides my brother Tim, I don't know if you're going to ever find someone that's been beating the drum for Drake May longer than what he, just cheering for this dude from North Carolina days. We have a lot of mutual friends, and I just think the sky's the limit. I think he's scratching the surface of who he's going to be as a player. I love his leadership. I was his kind of combine mentor, if you will, when he was coming out. And just he's so impressive in all the ways that matter. So I'm rooting for offense. I'm rooting for quarterback play. And I guess they're rooting against turnovers, if that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want a defensive struggle. Matt Hasselbeck, one more time, can you tell us the initiative you're here with today and any fans can do?
DiagnoseCTE.org. It's super simple. It's a 1.5-day commitment. You have to get to Boston. I guess that's the hardest part about it. It's free, and it's for anybody that's 50 years old or older that played college football or more. And we're looking for people that feel awesome, people that maybe feel like they're struggling. But, for me, I think it's just the more you can do, if we all just do a little bit, it's going to help a lot.
Awesome. He's Matt Hasselbeck. I'm Ben Bolin. We'll have more from Radio Row on Boston Globe Sports Report.